Class, are you ready for Writers Workshop?
Yes!
All right, so yesterday when we met writers, I was showing you a sample of my writing, and so I have this available for you on Google Classroom. So parents, I encourage you to pause this video and sit with your child in their writer's notebook and see how much they're practicing the skill that I'm teaching them today. So today, we're talking about how do we get the writer's voice in our writing? How do we get the writer's voice? And how do we elaborate? So I'm including more than one strategy here. Remember, as I told you, writing is a process. So let's reread. Another tip, boys and girls, is to reread what you wrote the day before. Have you ever tried to run a mile without stopping? This was a goal I had set for myself 2 years ago. I knew I wanted to accomplish this because I noticed I was gaining weight. Now I love to eat. You can ask anyone who really knows me. Honestly, it's not really the food, it's because I can tend to get lazy. So in my paragraph, it's pretty good. I remember to indent. I have some details for the reader, but what I want to do today is think about focusing on a character in my writing. I realize that I'm talking about myself, but I want to bring another character in. So, in your notebooks, you're going to have to go back to your first original slide, and let's start that. So, have you ever tried to run a mile without stopping? I think I want to keep my starting question. So watch how I'm going to do this.
What if I told you I had excuses in the chest and fork?
So students, I want you to notice that I remembered to indent. I've noticed that a lot of students forget that they need to indent their paragraph. So I started with, have you ever tried to run a mile without stopping? I go back to my writing, and then I have to remember that I am focusing on a character, adding a character. Pay attention to your focus. So now I'm going to start my next sentence. I'm coming right back to my imaginary red line. And I'm going to give a setting here also. Last summer, and here comes my character. My friend, capital letter, proper noun, have you ever, and notice how I'm rereading what I wrote. I like to reread what I'm writing because it jogs my memory for my next sentence. Have you ever tried to run a mile without stopping? Last summer, my friend Sammy, look at that, so you can edit while you're writing, S-A-M-M-Y. Sammy and I went for a walk in the park. So I've introduced my character, go back to the task, and I'm calling my character Sammy. I'm saying, when we went, the setting, last summer. Have you ever tried to run a mile without stopping? Last summer, my friend Sammy and I went for a walk in the park. Now I want to tell the reader, I saw an older woman running. Now, from here now, I can start adding some very important details to my writing. For example, who did I see? I could think about what were they doing. Maybe I want to talk about my feelings. Did I talk about the weather? Maybe I want to mention the weather. So these are just some ideas that I have for myself when I'm ready to do my second paragraph. So quick review for you. You're gonna get ready to try this. I want you to go back to your, go back to your original paragraph that you wrote, and then I want you to turn to a new page, and think about how you can practice the strategy that I'm teaching you this morning about incorporating a new character into your writing piece, and then thinking about, like I did with my pink words at the bottom, what am I missing that I might want to include? So are you ready for Writer's Workshop?
Yeah.
All right, let's get to work.